aptly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. The season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And this return is brought to a halt just across the 10. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor, right side. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here. On play action now, Wilson. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
And that one won't flip the field at all. It's down just beyond the 40-yard line. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force the punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game. Yeah.
I think you're right. Because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league. And the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning in from the 16. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense. That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. That's complete to Vele. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Here's Wilson to the air. He's on the move. He slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Working quickly here. From the 21. Left side into the hands of McBride. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. Rolling out to his left. Got Williams, and it's complete.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Let's go. Taylor. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos cut it to a look. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They're going Taylor. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown! The Broncos get it down to a single point. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos tie this game 7-7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Starting at the 10. And look at this return. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Now a give left side to Pacheco. And he gets him around 6 there. Riley Moss with that tackle. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's the end of the 1st. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They have it 2nd and 4. Right back to Pacheco. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And the Broncos bringing out some extra DBs on this 3rd down. They're in the dime. Ritter looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, kid. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And they take him down right along the 30. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Ritter. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running left with Pacheco. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll run Pacheco. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Pacheco will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you? Or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw now. It's Ritter. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 2nd quarter lead. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. The Raiders kicking team is out there and they'll boot this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Wilson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Taylor now up the middle. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. From the 45 on 2nd down. Finds his man Chase. The Broncos earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Ja'Marr Chase touchdown. Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Broncos tie things up at 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he has enough room to gain about 4. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
From the 36. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Here's Ritter. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 46. Has his man. It's Pacheco. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He's got Khalil Shakir. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Another try following the sack. Pacheco hauls it in.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Touchdown! Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Raiders might be able to get some points late after the interception. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you check down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 1. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for a Raiders first.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Broncos corral it. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Broncos tie this game at 21. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Shakir with the grab. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ritter to throw. That's taken in by Tucker.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. It's Pacheco again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They're going play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Ritter looking to throw. On the move, headed right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
From the gun. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Shotgun snap for Wilson. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Now That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And it'll be Raider football. New set of downs for him at the 38. A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Raiders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 42. Flush down now to his left. He can run it. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They run with Pacheco, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
From the 34. Buys time, rolling right. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Andrew Booth. And the Broncos have some new life in the 4th. Worked through his progression, nobody available. And by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Taylor again. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Left side, and it's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. Into the red zone. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
19 tights. Let's go now.
After the pick, here's Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up
Second down carry for Taylor. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Working quickly here. 3rd and long for him here. This one taken in by Chase. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see, because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. Here's Wilson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts from the 16. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one's cut along the left sideline. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards. That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Try and push it deep downfield. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. trying to find Trey McBride. So that brings up 4th and long.
Ready? Panther 11, Panther 11.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. Stays in the pocket. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Looking for his wide receiver there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense.
It is caught at the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Has some room to work. Scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders put up even more points in a win. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders make it a 24-point ball game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Needed a little more to reach the landing zone, so give them the ball at the 40-yard line. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. Straight ahead with Taylor. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. So it's a road win for the Raiders in